who is the Magic's best ever player? It's probably Shaq.
If you're looking, okay, so here's the thing. Who was the Raptors' best ever player? Is it Kawhi?
Yeah, no.
So are you talking about talent strictly?
No. Like, impact as well. Like, Kawhi obviously had incredible
I mean,
impact.
you could argue Dwight Howard.
Huh?
You
could argue Dwight Howard. You can.
Because he was there way longer. He also took him to a finals. And he was always a consistent playoff team with him.
I mean, Shaq took the Magic to the finals, right? In the second year as well. So...
I want to check how many years Penny Hardaway played. Because I
mean, if you factor in everything, Shaq is the best.
Yeah, Shaq is obviously going to be the best player. But if you're talking about the greatest, there's a difference.
I think it's still Shaq. I do think it's still Shaq. I genuinely do believe that. I'm not saying Penny should get his jersey retired.
You're saying that Shaq
Penny
is
should
the
get his
greatest
jersey
Magic
retired.
of all time.
I think so.
Penny was there from 93 to 99. I think Shaq was there from 92 to 96.
Yeah.
So Penny had 2 more years. He was a 4-time All-Star. I think all 4 were with the Magic. First team with NBA with the Magic. Obviously, he was in the finals once. Right? Shaq was in the finals once. I don't think he won accolades with them, though. Outside of Rookie of the Year. But neither did Penny. I'm
pretty sure All-Stars. Shaq
but Dwight Howard
pretty sure Shaq was an
deep
All-Star.
Dwight Howard had deep poise, bro. I think the greatest Magic player of all time is Dwight Howard. I'm going to put that out there. I still think Penny should have had his jersey retired by now.
Yeah. Like, those 3 should. Don't be wrong.
Yeah.
They should be retired. Am I upset Shaq is the first one? No.
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But I was surprised to see that. I'm saying, if you're asking me who the greatest Magic player of all time is, yes, the best by talent and all that is Shaq. Like, he's going to be the greatest. Like, Hakeem Olajuwon is arguably the greatest Raptor ever to play for the greatest player to play for the Raptors.
But like, Shaq still had an impact, right?
No, I'm not. I'm saying
like, I'm factoring in both, right?
But I'm saying, what I'm saying is Dwight Howard also started his career with the Magic, was there longer, took him to the finals as well as the guy. I don't think he had a great running mate like Penny with him. Shaq did for all those years. Like, I'm not putting Hedo Turkoglu and Jameer Nelson and Rashard Lewis and all these guys at the same level as Penny Hardaway. And he won D poise, like I said, multiple times, right? And was an All-Star. Because of that, Dwight Howard is the greatest Magic player of all time. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it for me. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair.
Is he better than Shaq?
No, he's not.
He's not better than Shaq.
But I'm factoring
so
both things. I'm factoring both things, right?
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like, Shaq, 4 years is a long time. Like, 4 years isn't nothing.
And Dwight's not retired yet, so that's why his jersey's not retired.
Yeah,
but I'm
true.
just saying strictly.
Yeah, no, but 4 years isn't, like, 4 years is a fair bit of time to have had some impact. And Shaq did have some impact, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying Shaq did not have
he
impact.
did. And if you're factoring in both, right, Howard might have had the better impact. He probably did. Howard, let me finish. Howard might have had more impact on the Magic. That's sure. But Shaq is the better talent. And I'm factoring in both, right? The reason why I'm not saying Kawhi Leonard is the greatest Raptor of all time, he only had 1 year.
Yeah.
Right? Lowry is the one who put the Raptors into the conversation.
Exactly. And I get that.
Yeah.
But my question to you is this. When you think Orlando Magic, who do you think of first? I think of Dwight Howard. When you think of Shaq as a player, which team do you associate Shaq with the most? The Lakers.
Probably.
Because he has 3-peated with them. When you think Dwight Howard, you think Magic as well. And because of the longevity factor, mainly, and he actually won some hardware, I don't think... I'll double check if Shaq won any hardware with the Magic, to be exact. I think the greatest player is going to be Dwight Howard for that team. That doesn't mean he's the better player than Shaq, right? But, yeah.
No, that's fair. That is fair. Dwight was incredible. Don't get me wrong.
People forget how good Dwight Howard was.
Yeah, people do, right? People really do.
People think current Dwight with the second stint with the Lakers and after he left the Rockets essentially is the true Dwight. Dwight Howard's a top 75 player who got snubbed.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard is a Hall of Famer. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah,
Dwight Howard is a Hall of Famer. So, Shaq's awards, Shaq was there from 92 to 96. He's a 4-time NBA champion, none with them. 3 times NBA Finals MVP, obviously none with them. MVP was with the Lakers. He was a 15-time NBA All-Star, 3 of them coming with the Magic.
Yeah.
But all his accolades are with the Lakers. Even like first team. If you want to take account all NBA first team, none of them were the Magic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's close for me. I just give the
He
edge
has
to Shaq.
one scoring title in '95. That's
I gave the edge to Shaq just because I factored in talent as well, right? I factored in everything. So if I had it 50-50,
even if I do a poll for this, I feel like people are gonna just say Shaq because he's the better player, right? Like obviously there's a different like for the Raptors, for example, the greatest rapper of all time, easily Kyle Lowry. The greatest player to ever play in their prime, probably Kawhi Leonard. But the greatest player to ever wear the uniform is probably Hakeem Olajuwon.
yeah,
Right? So there's all three different, and I'm not saying Shaq is in any of those lists, right? Because the greatest player to ever wear a Celtics jersey, okay, Larry Bird, but out of the 2000 Celtics is Shaq. But was he the best player on those Celtics teams? Hell no.
oh yeah, for sure.
Right?
But the thing is this, right? Like 4 years is a fair bit of time, right? You could agree with that. Obviously, Dwight had like what 8, I would say, right? Was it around like
2004 to 2012, yeah.
so 8.
So double.
Yeah, it double, but Shaq is obviously the better player.
Yeah.
There's no
and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
yeah, that's not even a debate,
Yeah.
right? Even though Dwight might have had
But in the
better
prime of
mentality.
their careers, Shaq was in the prime with the Lakers. Not he was dominant with the Magic,
yeah.
but he wasn't. You could argue that was not his prime. Dwight was in his prime with the Magic.
That's true. That is fair. But I don't think that affects anything. The reason being is that like whatever Dwight did in 8 years, Shaq did like almost all of that in 4. Apart from the depoy.
No.
What? Like the main thing they both did is they make a finals, right? None of them won.
Yeah, that part, yes.
Yeah, right. And obviously all stars are similar. They're still the same, right? Like Shaq, for as long as he played in the Magic, he's been an all-star basically.
So obviously Dwight Howard won 3 years in a row NBA Defensive Player of the Year. He was All NBA first.
But how's that? How does that make it into team?
I get your point because
how's that team impact though? It's an individual award.
But it's not. He still got hardware with him. I get your point. This factor because his All NBA first team came in 2008, which is 4 years after.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. So if you're looking at that too.
Yeah, it's a good debate. We could let the viewers decide who do you think of.
Like we're not disrespecting.
Okay, and
like he's not disrespecting Shaq. We're not. I'm not disrespecting Dwight Howard.
No.
But if you factor in, for me,
Penny Hardaway's probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And for me, I'm just factoring in talent with the thing, obviously with the impact, and I just feel like yes, Shaq may have had the less impact, but at the end of the day, Shaq is clear cut the better player.
That's no debates about that. And people that are gonna comment, please be the people that are actually from that age group. I don't want kids saying Shaq because Shaq isn't well known.
But like when you think about it, right? Like those 4 years are Shaq as well. Like this is no Shaq Celtics thing. That's not that.
No, for sure.
Yeah, no, like Shaq in those 4 years.
Shaq as a rookie
incredible.
was like probably way more dominant, equally dominant as what Victor Wembanyama's doing in terms of like pure
just take over the league.
Take over the team, league, etc. Right? Wembanyama in his rookie year, we see what he's doing. We're seeing what Shaq did when he came in '92.
Like it's clear that like Shaq, like I feel like I would know the answer, but like you would have Orlando Shaq over Dwight.
Like over Orlando Dwight?
Yeah, just over Dwight. Yeah, well.
Orlando Dwight.
Yeah.
Like, as a player, sure.
Yeah.
But again, it's like when you talk about the GOAT, you have to factor in longevity for that team specifically, right? Because LeBron may be the better, greater player than Kobe. We all know that.
Oh yeah.
Or even Shaq for sure, right? But you take Kobe and Shaq over LeBron as a Laker.
Yeah.
All day, every day. Now, obviously, they had more time and they had more hardware. I get it. These guys' hardware is much similar. And obviously, Dwight Howard had more time. But because of that time and he spent more time as a Magic, I give my vote as Dwight Howard as the greatest Magic of all time. Shaq is still the greater player of all time.
Yeah.
All of NBA history.
Yeah, that's
strictly the Magic. My conclusion is it's straight up, it's Dwight Howard.